Greetings and welcome to you. I am Shushana, and today we're going to be doing a reading for the year of the dog, people. So, the year of the dog is 2018. Was that the last time? Let me see. No, 2006 was the last time. This has a meaning. 2018, 2006, 1994, 1982, 1970, did I say that already? 1946 and 1958 would make you the year of the dog. And I have a lot to say to you. Your messages are going to be very repetitive because it has been an ongoing issue your whole life. And I feel like I've been doing these readings since 2014. I've been doing readings on different channels that I delete and start over. And the messages for the year of the dog have always been exactly the same. And I won't be surprised if this one is not, if not exactly the same as last year's. That's just, the energy that I get for the dog is like, when are things gonna change? So we have manifesting and we have unable to focus or make a decision. We're gonna go ahead and start off with our traditional medicine cards. We're doing a fire pit inipi spread. The first card is going to be what is out of balance. The second card is the action needed. And the third card is the tool that you already have, that you're being reminded that you have to sustain this alignment. So that's the first one. Let's do the second one and talk about all three when they're done. So let's talk about your energy. Your energy is very stern and astute, not in a good way. Usually, being stern and astute is a good thing. But for the year of the dog, you need to be more playful and open and having fun. And your energy is coming off as very militant. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with the first one. We have number 31. This is the sacred pipe. And this is all about your prayers, your intentions. Not your hopes, not your dreams, but your prayer requests. There's a lot of ego here in regards to how you deal with the higher power, how you deal with the creator source, God, whatever you want to call it. There's ego where you don't want to honor the one who blesses and protects you. You have had enemies and haters your entire life gang stalk you. And some of you feel like it's a miracle that you're still alive. Who do you think was protecting you? This entire time, the reason why you're still alive is because you were protected supernaturally by your positive guardians, your positive team. which you do not acknowledge and honor. You don't acknowledge them, you don't honor, you don't say thank you when you are supernaturally protected. There were so many incidents that could have been worse. Okay? Your ancestors are sad that you don't honor them. It doesn't matter if you're the only person in, like, the only survivor in the family, for example. Like, let's say all of your family has passed on and you're the only one left. That's not an excuse. There's the physical realm, and then there's the spiritual realm. And in the spiritual realm, we all have a positive guardian team that we're supposed to honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God, for protecting me. Thank you. Thank you, heaven, for your protection. Thank you to that beautiful energy, the wind, the sunlight that keeps me motivated to keep on going, even though I encounter so many attacks. So there is a lack of reverence in your life. And if this does not resonate with you and you're someone who prays every day, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a group that really needs to hear this. There needs a divine intervention has to take place with you um, for things to improve. For some of you, there are curses that need to be cleared, generational in particular, and there are ways to clear those things. If you need assistance, you can look at my homepage description for links that help with that kind of energy. What needs to take action is the 4 directions. This is number 11. And this is all about your lessons. The lessons, the lessons, the lessons. So when you are in a new place, a new job, a new dynamic, people, you come off to people as arrogant, where maybe you think you're very friendly and bubbly, but whatever you say in certain towns or cities or villages comes off as arrogant and conceit. Now, I'm not saying that dogs are conceited, because they're absolutely not. But for some strange reason, people think you are, just because you have material things. So let's say you have a car that looks really nice, or a house that looks really nice, um, jewelry that looks really nice, whatever it is. And people just see people who are of the year of the dog, and they're just like, oh, this person has a Ferrari. Oh, this person has, like, who do they think they are with that purse or with those nails? And I don't know why people do that. We all have our struggles, you know, with our own elements and signs. But with dogs, you get targeted a lot. Yes, you do. But playing the victim or having the victim mindset is not going to improve anything. And this has been ongoing your entire life. And the reason why there are things that you've been struggling with your entire life, it's because there's something that you refuse to change, refuse to look at, refuse to acknowledge, refuse to modify, refuse to replace, refuse to substitute. What's that famous quote? If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. And you point the finger, you're like, those people attacked me. those people this, those people that, those people da 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 da, and it goes on forever. Okay, sure, they did. They did. They did attack you. They are jealous of you. They are low vibrational people. I get it, but there's a but. What part of their aspects are reflecting what needs to be healed within you? So you think, okay, well, what am I mean? Am I judgmental? Am I this? Am I that? And you're going back to the victimhood again when it may not have nothing to do with that, but your lack of boundaries. So your issue is not A, B, or C, but your lack of boundaries to allow the situation to keep reoccurring. Why do you continue choosing an industry where certain things happen? And then you can't complain about it if you're choosing the same industry, the same kind of friends, the same habits, the same habitual patterns. Dogs, you are complaining about what you're refusing to put down. So your friends are not upgrading because you are not upgrading yourself. So let's say you're a drinker and you hang out with a bunch of drinkers and you complain that your friends backstab you and gossip about you or betray you. Well, you're a drinker and you're hanging out with other drinkers. How about hanging out with people who don't drink? How about switching from hanging out with drinkers to hanging out with tea drinkers? Hanging out with coffee drinkers. You are refusing to change something about yourself. And this has been your entire life. And I know you're sitting there rolling your eyes and you're just like, this is so messed up. I'm the one who's targeted. I get it. I'm targeted too. Okay. Humanity is targeted. It comes with existence. It's how we respond to it, how we react to it. What do we do about it? What do we do within ourselves? So, yesterday, since we're talking about this, and I don't want you to feel like I'm beating you up, I'm tired of you not modifying certain things because I have to sit here and watch you get hurt. Um, Yesterday I was triggered really badly, you know, and it ruined my entire day. And I cried because of the trigger, and then another trigger came. Oh my gosh. You know how every time something bad happens, like bad news or a trigger or an attack, it's never just one. It's never just one. It's always like a couple things in a row to guarantee to get something out of you, because the enemy wants to rile you up. And the enemy's like, well, they're advanced now. So if A doesn't work, I'm going to do a B. And if B doesn't work, I'm going to do C. So you get attacked by three things at once. Mm-hmm. So that happened to me yesterday, right? You know, um, and you have no choice but to go through it. And I feel like you are avoiding it through substance or alcohol and distracting yourself. Distracting yourself from the problem is so toxic, especially if it's emotional. And you have to go through it and you have to face it. You have to face the uncomfortable awkwardness of facing it, the it, the it. So what did I do yesterday when I got triggered? It ruined my day. It ruined my dinner. I couldn't go to sleep. I woke up with a little tiny bit left, but there was a lesson there. There was a lesson. And it's like, how could I have prevented those triggers? Did I not make my boundaries clear enough last time? When someone keeps stepping on your boundaries, you allowed it to happen. You didn't make yourself clear. So my trigger is when someone doesn't respect my schedule or my peace, whether that is an energy or physical. Okay. I lose my marbles because it brings me back to a very traumatized inner child and feeling unsafe and all kinds of crap. And I was looking at all the lessons and I was like, well, I'm the one who made the phone call. I made a phone call. Yes, I did. And I wanted to check the status on something. And it's like, I should have known. If you're going to check the status on something, are you sure that you can deal with the bad news? You know what I mean? You have to be honest with yourself. Because if you know that you can't handle the bad news and it's going to ruin your whole day, then don't do it until you can. Like let's say you finish dinner and you can't sleep anyway. You're like, okay, I finished dinner and I can't sleep anyway. Now, maybe I should check the status on something because I already have insomnia and I already had dinner and I'm already feeling crappy. But if you're feeling good, why are you going to go and do a phone call that is going to make you feel not good? And sometimes we have to pay attention to spiritual interferences or spiritual warfare will try to give you thoughts that will lead to a trigger. And we have to prevent that. So I should have thought to myself, wait a minute, I haven't had dinner yet. Why would I want my chicken soup ruined by bad news because I decided to check the status before dinner while I was in a good mood? So that sent me off into a frenzy. And then something else happened. My One of my bosses decided to put me on the schedule last minute yet again. And the very first time, it triggered the crap out of me, and I didn't say anything. I just didn't show up to the shift. I didn't show up because I want to prove a point. You put me on the schedule last minute. I'm not even going to acknowledge that. That was not clear enough. So that was my mistake for not being clear enough when it happened the first time. So they thought they could do it again. And they tried to do that yesterday. They tried to put me on the schedule today. But I have these readings to do. And I put heaven first. Heaven before money every single time. Heaven before everything. God before everything. And I said, no. I am not available for late notices. Like, who do these industries think they are to put people on schedules last minute as if they have no life? It is so dehumanizing. And I share that story with you so that you feel like I'm not judging you, but understanding where you're coming from. I get it. I get it. But there comes a point where you have to go back and snip these ridiculous loops from ever happening again. So I had to text my manager and tell her, don't ever do this shit to me again. If you didn't book me 1 week before, you're not getting me. Okay? My gosh. The tool that you are being reminded that you have is all of your relations card, which is respect. Okay. Respecting yourself. Respecting yourself. And I get a lot of isolated energy from you. Like you can't depend on nobody. I just feel like If you can't depend on nobody, then respect it yourself, to treat yourself with the uttermost respect, than to degrade yourself with these situations that continue to bring you down your whole life. And this is not even mentioning your romantic life. Like, this is not even, um, a lot of you have become asexual and you're just not even interested in dating for all of the same reasons. So your respect is what is going is your respect for yourself is your own medicine through this year. This year is going to test us as it always does, and your respect for yourself is your tool, is your medicine. Okay? Um I believe that you are degrading yourself with the industry of choices that you have made recently. Um, I understand completely that it's about availability, what jobs are hiring. I get it. But if you are going to work for an industry that is something you're overqualified for, then your expectations have to be lowered. And you're not lowering your expectation to compromise the industry that of choice that you've made working for. If your standards are so high, then choose a different industry, because the industry that you've chosen comes with that toxic drama. And there are solutions, such as looking for a replacement while you're still doing this, and compromising with the situation. But that is what I feel strongly for people who are of the year of the dog. Sorry that I'm being so stern. It's just that. And let's talk about your stern energy. Your stern energy is manifesting assholes. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have to be playful with life. We have to smile. Sometimes you run into people at the parking lot or the grocery stores that are in such a bad mood, right? And they kind of want to bring you down with them. And all you have to do is just be like, "Oh, laugh it off, smile it away, like, oh, you poor miserable thing," and then walk away. Because if you get down to their level, they win. They win if you also get angry, and they win. But if you just smile and laugh away and you're just like, "Oh, you poor miserable thing," like, "Oh, poor you, you're in such a low vibration. Well, sucks to be you," and walk it off. But you have this habit where you go down. You go down to people's level. You have to stop going down to people's level. If people can't argue with themselves, don't even partake. It's like you're doing too much partaking and too much degrading, okay? And you tell yourself that there's no solution. You tell yourself that you're limited, and that's simply not true. It's just that you're not believing yourself capable of finding an industry that is more respectful of you. Okay, so what do we have sticking out here? We have rewards. You are cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing. Okay, this is for some of you, not for all of you. I'm going to pull one more. So for the coming year, you're going to get a financial breakthrough from something, whether that is winning a lawsuit, having to do with your last job that you were doing before the one you're doing now. And last but not least, we have limitations. Exactly. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choose something better for you. This is for your whole entire life. The life that you have right now is a canvas, and you're sitting there crying about all this graffiti on a wall of brick that somebody else created. Clear all that out and start a brand new canvas. But you're going to have to make some kind of sacrifice. There's something that you're going to have to prune out of your life, whether that is a habit, a very bad habit, and start over with a brand new canvas. Okay? Those are the messages that I have for you. Till next time. Bye.